Well, we could talk about just the week, just like what happened this week. And I mean, we're recording right now, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I want to record for like 5 minutes and
yeah,
then see what happens based on that.
true. So how was your week?
Oh, it was a long freaking week. Because I was going to work every day. That
Mm,
meant, and Lindsay wanted to sleep. She said she wanted
mm,
to sleep for at least 4 hours a day. So I had to get up at 3 o'clock, take care of Cyrus until 7 when I left for work. And
mm,
I was at work and it was a lot of work.
mm,
Like I was busy from 8 to 5, like every single minute. Then 5 o'clock, I leave work, get back home around 6 or so, have dinner, and then I'm like mentally exhausted, physically and mentally exhausted. And I
mm.
haven't been able to take part in my study group that usually is between 6:30 and 8:30.
Mhm.
Uh, so that was not fun. But I mean, hopefully, like even if I have to go into work, hopefully now he would. The hope is that he would start sleeping a little more, and then also that I won't be grinding at work. I only have 2 more weeks of that, so um, that is the hope right now.
Okay. What else did you do? Like apart from work and any reading, any movies, any books, anything?
Um,
Too busy with the newborn.
Mostly him. He's
Mm.
like a full experience. Um, there is I mean, I started watching Inventing Anna yesterday. It's I've heard, like, I read the story when it was originally published.
Yeah, yeah, I find the
uh,
story.
Fascinating, but I just started watching it today, the series. Then there are a lot of things that I want to watch, but I don't have like time, enough hours in the
Mm,
day to really, like, I could get
mm,
into something. So
mm,
I played pickleball yesterday. It was cold. Not There were not a lot of people, but it was fun. I mean, it was. I hadn't played for like a week and a half, uh,
mm,
so that was good. And he let me sleep in the morning yesterday. Like,
mm,
he was good with me. So about 2 hours, I had a good old sleep, and
mm.
that meant that I didn't lose, like, between 3 and 6. I didn't lose all 3 and 7. I didn't lose all that time. I slept about an hour and a half, so I was like decent enough for the rest of the day. I wasn't a zombie. Um, but yeah, that's been most of what I did during the week. I did some medical student teaching one of the days. That was interesting. Then one of the days I had to leave early because Lindsay had to go to a dentist. So I mean, you can't really take your 6 week, 7 week old child to a dentist while you're getting a root canal.
Mm.
So so I had to come back early from work, take care of him. That was fine with me because the morning off for that day, I hadn't slept much. Like, I was up at 3, and then maybe I got, maybe, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, maybe not that, of sleep. So I was up at 3 and then going on all day. I was not pleasant.
Interesting. I mean, I think I can imagine. I think the first month, the first
Yeah.
few months is gonna be like hard.
Yeah,
It's the
this
first
is called
baby.
the fourth trimester.
Hmm. Also trimester.
Yeah. So,
I
what
think
about
I've
you?
heard of that. Actually, funny enough, I started watching Inventing Anna today
You did
myself.
what?
I started watching Inventing Anna myself today,
Okay.
and I'm binge watching it as usual. I have a thing with Netflix with most things, like chocolates to movies. That once I have to finish it.
Right.
And I'm almost at like the second last episode.
Oh, okay.
So that's all I did today. And we
Okay.
had this huge storm yesterday. You might have
Yeah.
read in news
Hmm.
in Storm Eunice.
Yeah.
And there's a park literally where I am next to me. So I have window overlooking the park. And I saw actually a tree falling in front of me. And I was scared. It was a huge tree.
Hmm.
And obviously all my friends are sending all the memes and the stuff's happening right now. It's quite like London's been on red alert after 3 decades. This is the
Hmm.
first time in 30 years London being on red alert. So the government's actually said, stay home. And we've seen pictures, people, running on there. And I normally work from home anyway. So for me, weekend is a thing to leave, but I decided
Yeah.
not to. So actually last night I saw actually Tinder Swindler last night.
Oh,
So I was
okay.
like, if I'm staying home, what am I going to do? So I actually went out to groceries, I bought my stuff like, and all that, some crisps and all that. And I'm been on a binge watching spree. And I've got some a lot of work to do, but I feel like, so I woke up a bit late and I decided, what am I going to do today? Because, I got out and yeah, that's what. So inventing, and like you said, I've read the story as well. And we talked last week about it. Really wanted to see. And I mean, the first 3 episodes were like, they were not as captivating. It was, at one stage I was thinking to give up, like, it was boring. But I think from 4th episode, it really caught up. And I think when I took a break after 6 or 5 episodes, the daytime, and I actually was obsessed so much that, I spent an hour on Wikipedia. And I'm going through, the guy who owned the real estate, the building. And it just reminded me when I saw Narcos or anything I see, and, and then you keep going on and on and on about it. Like,
obsessed about it.
Yeah.
I know. I got
it reminds me of Pablo Escobar time again, time and time again, So yeah, I think I've seen it 4 times. The Escobar first 2 series. I mean, it's phenomenal. I mean, it sounds too good to be true, and probably that's what makes too good of a movie or series. And I mean, I read on Netflix like how Netflix paid her on a Wikipedia, and Netflix actually paid her 300,000. And the court actually ordered her to keep 20,000 for yourself and then pay the rest of the people. She conned, except all the lawyers, which is funny because the court thing, the lawyers actually knew. So all those bankers and lawyers, they had not been paid. But then she's not allowed to keep, all the money either. She had to pay. But it's funny, like, so all the 3 friends are showing her, they all were, like, one of them actually sold her series for 320,000, more than Anna Sorokin herself. And she's just telling a friend's perspective. And now there is another friend who's actually, so there is, I think, at HBO, yes. So HBO bought the rights for 35,000. They just paid her 35,000 in case she ever wants to, talk about it. And if she does, then she'll pay her $500,000 and all that. But even if she doesn't, if he ever does, they are the one that she goes to. And this is unbelievable, like, how people, and it reminds me of Pablo Escobar's son, how he's still making money out of it, selling the T-shirts and the merchandise. And it's an interesting world we live in.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Let me see what